Okay, yesterday Caleb Maupin made a video on third worldism and the labor aristocracy. And in this, he essentially claims to have debunked third worldism on because of what Lenin said. Because Lenin said this, we assume this, etc. Except that Caleb Maupin has misrepresented our position. I mean, I don't know how many times we have to say over and over again. We are not saying that there is no revolutionary potential in the first world. We are saying there is no significant revolutionary potential in the first world. Now, we don't claim that third worldism is based on what Lenin said. That is absolutely untrue. We have never said that, and there is no basis for saying that. We claim it is based on the development of imperialism that has occurred after Lenin's writings. Things that have changed since Lenin's time. That's the point. That's why we go Marxism, Leninism, Maoism, Third Worldism. Because things are not the same as they once were. We're not claiming that it's based on what Lenin said. Okay. We're not claiming Lenin made the basis for third worldism, or that his argument against the argument that the labor aristocracy exists is the reason for third worldism. We are not saying that. We are saying that Lenin noticed a trend that has accelerated since his time. The labor aristocracy today that we criticize is not the labor aristocracy that existed during Lenin's time. We are not claiming that Lenin favored third worldism or that third worldism is right because of Lenin. We're saying third worldism is right because of the evolution of classes since Lenin's time. So, Caleb, please don't do this again, because this is not an argument that we make. This is not something that we're saying. We're saying that what Lenin noted with the development of the labor aristocracy was the beginning of what has evolved since then. Lenin didn't see it evolving into what would become third worldism. He just noted the beginning of something that he didn't know was going to evolve. Okay, we don't just take what he says as law and expands it. I mean, that's clearly, I've laid that out here, and I've laid that out in countless videos. That is not what we think. That is not what we say. We show there has been an evolution. It's not right because Lenin said it. What Lenin said was right, and have noted the evolution since then. Now, we have never said that socialism will not exist in the United States. Never have we said that. We have said that the possibilities of revolution in the United States are extremely small, and that there is no significant revolutionary potential. We have never claimed there will be no socialism in the United States. That is an outright false statement. We have never said that. I don't know where you got this idea from, because we've never said it. It's not true. Now, he goes on to talk about how the essentially what he's describing is the destruction of the middle class in the first world, and that therefore there's a door opening for revolution. And here's the problem with what he's saying. We never said that there would be no degeneration of the first world. In fact, we specifically say that there is a possibility for revolution to take place in the United States once that privileged position within the imperialist order no longer exists, i.e., when there's no longer a benefit to imperialism for the average person and they come down from their privileged position. Then revolutionary potential becomes possible. So we never created a theory and then assumed that crisis could never happen in the first world. That would be completely nonsense, and we have never said that that was true. We have never claimed that, so Caleb, I don't know where you're getting that from. This is a complete misrepresentation of our position. As it stands right now, even with the degeneration of the middle class or the labor aristocracy in the first world, if you hand a gun to the average first world person and say, here, go and kill the bourgeoisie, they will reject it, laugh at you, and walk away. Because that is true. Now, possibly the most important part of understanding third worldism is understanding, and this is the part that was left out of Caleb's video, was that what Marx predicted in terms of who would carry out revolution turned out not to be true. It was not the advanced capitalist countries with the most developed working class that went into revolution. He claimed that would be it because they would have the most class consciousness. But the opposite happened. The more underdeveloped countries were the ones who went into revolution. Russia, which was barely capitalist at the time, China, which was semi-feudal, and even Cuba, which was a mostly peasant society. And once again, the Communist Revolution began as a land redistribution movement. It began as a peasant-based movement that eventually went into the cities. So this claim by Marx that the more advanced sections of the working class would somehow lead the world revolution has been proven to be untrue. Yet many will insist that that is the case anyway. Okay. A lot of these points that Caleb Maupin brought up are not points that we have ever made. This is not something we say. These are... in fact, I don't know where he's getting. Maybe this is his opinion of what he thinks we say. But those statements are not true. And Caleb, if you want to have a frank and honest, open discussion about third worldism, we can have that. We've got a mutual respect for each other. That can definitely take place. But so far, like your video, Third Worldism, Imperialism, Labor, Aristocracy, you've really misrepresented the argument that we've made.